Jackie and Julie. Can't even buy one two-piece. Shot like Gucci, still not giving no cool.
You're tuned in to 101.3 Roe FM WEVI and Bush Tea in the Morning with your hostess with the mostest, Neka Neekes. Be sure to grab a cup and pull up. We're about to get it started. You know what time it is, baby. It's tea time. Let's go. Good morning. How is everybody doing this morning? It's Friday, baby.
Turns out
You made it through yet another one, guys. It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, and Bush Tea in the Morning. Each and every weekday morning, you already know.
stop trying to read my mind.
Grab a cup and pull up. It's time.
No, yeah, with me. Baby, I'm a D&D. Please don't bother me.
Hey,
Baby, no VV. Flawless diamond face.
that's right. It's Friday, baby.
Reasons that you gotta.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. How we doing? How y'all feeling this morning? Shout out to everybody on the TuneIn app, everybody on the Facebook Live. Good morning to you. And of course, to all of our listeners on the dial. How are you feeling?
Say you love me. Chanel. I'm a big
Shout out to the whole 101.3 crew.
yeah, you doing up with me. Waistline.
Big Ro, I see you.
See me. Where you gonna take me?
Big Ro is on her way across the waters for the Posh Awards, ladies and gentlemen.
Say you love
That's right, our commander-in-chief over here at 101.3. She is getting yet another award for her great contributions to music, entertainment, and all things media right here in the Virgin Islands. Shout out to Tatola for doing it big, big, big. If you're over there, if you're in the area, make sure to go and check it out. That's today, and tomorrow, right? Oh, yes.
Please don't bother me.
Also, guys, I gotta say a huge shout out to our sponsors, My Variety Store and Mo Shop. Hey,
Reasons that you gotta.
yes, make sure you get your Caribbean lottery tickets, your scratch offs, your Powerball, Pick 3, Pick 4, Payday, and so much more. While you're in there, get you something nice and cold to drink. Grab you a water, WATA, because that's how we don't say it. Or get you a bigger baby, not a little one, not a little one.
Baby, and a dog, baby, soft me. Yeah, you doing up with me.
Give them a call, 340-690-5043.
Take me.
Right there in the Barron Spot Shopping Center right here on the Big Island. You already know.
You for me, Chanel. Say you love me. For me, Chanel.
Yes, how are Friday feeling? Your reps in, your steps in, your point in, your gas, your gain, your coffee, or all kings of the king of breakfast beverages, Bush Tea in the morning. Shout out to everybody that making the water nice and hot. Okay, you're making sure you got a little honey on the side, a little brown sugar. That's the best way to do it.
Chanel, you say you love me. You for me, Chanel.
I also gotta say a huge shout out to the Flaming
For
Grill.
me, Chanel, you say
You already know right here on the Big Island on Queen Mary Highway, right across from the Ag Fairgrounds. You already know what time it is. Go and check them out. All right. Also, shout out to Liberty VI. Today is Friday, so you know what time it is. Yes, it's True Fiber Fridays today. And guess what? All right. It's going to be in his house today at Liberty VI, doing yet another live remote. And we're going to be making sure that you know where to sign up for your Fiber Fridays, your True Fiber Fridays. Okay, you get free installation every Friday. And regardless of what day you try to get your installation, all right, regardless of what day you sign up, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. All right, compliments of Liberty VI. They are so sure in their product. I'm telling you, they ain't come to play, you know. They say stop paying for one problem after another. Shay, is it? Is it? I don't know, but Liberty True Fiber delivers underground fiber, symmetrical speeds, and reliable connectivity built for the Virgin Islands. As the U.S. Virgin Islands, we're doing it big, okay? Now, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can also visit them at libertyvi.com, or you could come on down there today with me, your girl Neeks. I'm going to be in his house. Just look for 101.3 Cent. You can't miss it. This it, all right? Come on over. Spend some time with me. Tell me what your favorite part of Liberty VI is. All right, if you're signing up for the True Fiber Fridays, And getting your connectivity. You got certain neighborhoods that this thing is really on and popping. Okay, they're comparing it to all the other services, and I'm telling you, they're saying nothing ain't beating this. Ain't no satellite up in the sky that beating these fibers that's under the ground, nice and protected. Okay, so keep it locked. Be there with me one time for the one time. You know, my boy Felix London is gonna be in his house. You know, representing one time as well too. So guys, come on over, have a conversation with us. Shout out Darren, you're large. All right, make sure y'all also go and register to vote every day to come in here. Make sure to stress it, and you know today ain't gonna be no different. www.vivote.gov. Make sure you register and check your status. You have to know where you stand in order to be a part of the resolution. Okay. Also gotta say a huge shout out to Levels because we had yet another opportunity to sit down at the kind of candidate conversations. Okay, it's literally called to sit down, and that's exactly what we did. 101.3 was in the house. Shout out to West Girl one time for the one time also. All right. Also, as 340 Comics, okay, because they definitely stream it live. Shout out to the individuals that were on the platform last night. We had 3 candidates, okay, 2 for Senate and I'm sorry, no, not 2 for Senate. We had 1 for delegate to Congress, and we also had 2 for Board of Education. All right, and those 2 for Board of Education, you know them very well because they were in here with us yesterday. Also, shout out to Mojanaya Dennis, all right, and Christopher. Oh, yes, y'all doing big things, and definitely seeing y'all, you know, paving the way for the future for our Virgin Islands. So you're doing great work. Shamari, I see you. All right, guys, so listen, we're going to pay some bills, and we're going to be right back. We have another awesome interview taking place today. It wouldn't be Friday if I didn't. It really wouldn't, you know. So make sure, go and fill up that cup, okay? Make sure that water nice and hot. But, of course, you know that means you got to blow and sip slow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back right here at Bushtina Matter with your hostess with the mostest Neeks on 101.3 Roe FM WEVI. Be safe. Both hands on the road. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
Virgin Islands, 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI.
Greetings, Virgin Islanders. This is Genza Roach. We pay one of the highest electric rates in the country for some of the least reliable power. We are at a critical point. Senator Novelli Francis Jr. and I changed that. But before we restructure anything, we owe you the truth. A Roach-Francis administration will back the legislature's call for a forensic audit of WAPA, so we know exactly what the source of the problem is and are efficient in the fix. Then we will bring in discipline and capital with hard enforceable targets. But let me be clear, no outside control board will run our utility. Virgin Islanders will. And just as with WAPA, we will ensure that with each rebuilt facility, funds have been set aside for maintenance. We build it once and we keep it. That's what serving with purpose will do. Vote for Roach and Francis on August 1st.
Paid for by Roach Francis for Governor and Lieutenant Governor.
Mornings off of McDonald's, starting right, feeling great, with a toasty egg McMuffin and a fresh McCafe. Mornings off of McDonald's with 3 big fluffy hot cakes, or a tasty griddle with bacon or sausage. That's the flavor we all love, and with mornings this good, mornings off of McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tired of your internet going down? Liberty True Fiber changes everything. Awarded the fastest internet in the USVI by Ookla, Liberty is the only provider who can deliver 500 meg symmetrical speed starting at $75 a month. On St. Croix, True Fiber is available in Estate Diamond, downtown Christiansted, downtown Frederickstead, including Two Brothers, Smithfield, Wheel of Fortune, Clifton Hill, Mount Pleasant, Strawberry Hill, Barron Spot, Williams Delight, and more. Sign up at libertyvi.com/fiber and try it free for 30 days. Liberty VI, your world better connected.
Your teen may not always say, "I'm struggling," but withdrawing from family and friends, changes in sleep or appetite, interest in things they used to love, they need to know that you're paying attention, that you care, that they're never a bother. Have you checked in with your teen today? A few minutes of your time each day can make all the difference. Get conversation starters and mental health resources at doh.vi.gov/Gen Z.
Is your Homer business ready for a fresh new look? Phantom Eyes LLC has got you covered from top to bottom. From professional painting and power washing to tiling, masonry, system services, and deep cleaning, even yard cleanup. Phantom Eyes LLC does it all, and they do it right. We bring precision, reliability, and an eye for detail to every project. Job or small job, your property is our priority. Call 340-226-3610 today and let Phantom Eyes LLC transform your space. Phantom Eyes LLC. If you can imagine it, we can improve it.
St. Croix on Saturday, 27th. McAdoo and the Farm present the ultimate all-white experience. It's a cancer bashment. And live inside the farm, we're bringing out a heavy hitter. It's DJ Genia and Mr. Energy, DJ Chubby, Party Jesus, Star General, DJ Terrorist, DJ Agnello, and the St. Croix Party Rocker, DJ Khan, and Selecta Cruz. It's the hottest dancehall, hip-hop, and soca all night long. So fella, get ready to step out fresh and clean. And lady, come out in your sexiest white outfit. Doors open at 8:30 sharp. Advance tickets are only $25, $40 at the door. Tickets available right now at the farm, and that's strictly the best clothing. It's an all-white experience. The Cancer Bash, Saturday, June 27th at the farm. Don't you miss it.
Number 68.
There's a little bit of Puerto Rico right here on St. Croix. Lorraine Chicken Shack, La Pollera de Medellín. Locals and visitors alike have made the Lorraine Chicken Shack a part of their family's menu. Rotisserie chicken with Johnny cakes and delicious rice and beans, my favorite. You got to try their conch balls. And the dinner menu is to die for. Kill me now.
Now available. Open air seating space at the Chicken Shack. To order, call 778-5717 or 778-5715.
Visiting St. Croix or looking for the kind of gift that people actually use? Elements in downtown Christiansted offers drop-in passes for travelers, gift cards for the wellness-motivated person in your life, and private party bookings if you want the space to yourself. 2 saunas, 3 cold plunges, open air, open hours. Plan your visit, pick up a gift card at elementsstx.com, the Virgin Islands' home for contrast therapy.
Join Donna Fred Gregory for governor and Rodney Moorhead for lieutenant governor for the grand opening of their St. Thomas campaign headquarters. Come on out for an evening of praise, community, and engagement on Saturday, June 27th, beginning at 6 p.m. at the Weymouth Reimer Highway across from the Humane Society. Enjoy live entertainment by Lavoy. And It Is What It Is, featuring Lioness. Meet the candidates, hear their vision, and be a part of the movement for a stronger Virgin Islands. Enough is enough. And remember, on August 1st, make your voice heard. Vote number 3. Donna Fred Gregory for governor and Rodney Moorhead for lieutenant governor.
Paid for by the committee to elect Donna Fret Gregory for governor and Rodney Moorhead for lieutenant.
Are you kidding me? The water's almost gone again. I am covered in soap. I was just about to rinse off.
No way. How did the water run out already?
Yeah, it's like the water's evaporating faster than we can shower. Please call Julian's Truckin'. They can have water delivered fast and in a hurry.
Yes, Julian's provides reliable water service right to our homes. Fresh, clean water whenever you need it.
Exactly. No more running out mid-shower.
Folks, don't let water shortages ruin your day. Call Julian's Trucking at 340-277-8510 or 340-277-9093. Reliable water anytime you need it.
Julian's Trucking. Trust us to keep your taps flowing. Call Julian's today.
From the VI Radio Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rob Carolyn. We'll be looking at lots of sunshine, but it will be hazy again today as Saharan dust continues to move through the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. We're breezy and hot, 90 to 95, heat index at 100 or higher. Good news is the Saharan dust starts to move out tonight. It becomes less hazy overnight. Low is going to drop down to around 80. We're breezy. Tomorrow, we're partly to mostly sunny. May see a passing shower during the day. Temperatures are 85 to 90 tomorrow afternoon. Looking ahead to Sunday, more sunshine, a few passing clouds, and maybe a stray shower during the day. Temperatures on Sunday between 85 and 90 degrees. For the boaters, easterly winds continue today at 10 to 20 knots. They'll be gusty, so exercise caution. Waves 3 to 6 feet, less off the western side of the islands. You'll have less than a 30% chance of encountering a shower offshore today. From the VI Radio Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Carolyn.
Worky, how we doing? Born in Flames. Is that kind of Friday morning? How are you feeling? That's what we got to do. Get it true and true. Hey! Let me find out I got a remix coming up real soon. Okay, it's time to bring this one back out. How are you feeling? Born in Flames, okay? It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, Ambush Tea in the morning. And the flames ain't only saying burning because the water is nice and hot on the pot. Yes, guys, it's 20 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. And guess what? Some announcements we need to make. First of all, lot of mercy to say we got nothing to do. But guess what? Majestic Entertainment presents Vogue LaCroix, the sweetest day parties of the summer. 1 ticket, 2 luxury day party experiences. And on Saturday, July 11th from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Just for peaches and cream at Eliana B Artistry Studio, featuring the best in Afrobeats, R&B, soca, and brunch vibes. Powered by none other than 101.3's very own DJ Chubby and DJ Shay. Dang, dang, dang. Or experience Berry Lux at Rehab Sports Bar and Lounge with the hottest rap, dance hall, and reggae sounds from Chemo Dan and Party Jesus. So enjoy VIP perks including reserved parking, delicious hors d'oeuvres, personal VIP attendance service, hookah, and express VIP entry. So in case VIP wasn't enough, you could go express. Okay, now dress to impress, good vibes, great people, unforgettable memories. Leave your drama at home, preferably in a hamper. Okay, so don't bring it with you. Now, get your tickets today at VogueLaCroix.com. That's Vogue LaCroix, the sweetest day parties of the summer. Yes. Also, in case that ain't enough for you, let me tell us something. Remember, we got a big, bad, all-white affair, cancer bashment going down this weekend. That's Saturday, June 27th. It goes down. We got music by DJ Genus, Mr. Energy, DJ Chubby, Party Jesus, Star General, DJ Terrorist, DJ Carl Selector, Koof, and DJ Aniello. Doors open at 8:30 p.m. sharp. Tickets are on sale. All right, tickets are still $25. All right, and they're also $40 at the door. And today, I am giving away not just 2 tickets, but 2 sets of tickets for this awesome Cancer Bashment event. So you got to stay tuned for that one, all right? Y'all already know how things are flying through the door in here when we having fun. Also, It's a Vibe presents Return of the Don. Molly Don will be back on St. Croix. Ladies, I'm talking to you. It's going down July 25th at the Queen Mary and Paradise Flea Market. There will also be performances by Felix London, the man with the shots. Hey! Pana with the shots to be exact, and Banco Bismol, okay? Not a medicine, I'm telling you, but it definitely goes down just like that. So tickets are $50. Get your tickets at DPM&M, Strictly the Best, or Cachet L'Amour. For VIP bookings, be sure to give us a call at 340-227-1397. All right, look out for that. Whack with that. You're going to need that. Okay. Yes, we walking, and we getting you through this Friday morning so you can get into your weekend nice and fast, but safe at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, we have an awesome interview taking place this morning. I have two distinguished gentlemen joining me here in the studio. We're going to have a big conversation this morning. I hope you get your cup, and I hope it's full because you're going to need that, okay? Make sure you stir up the sugar down in the bottom. Let me ask you something. If you don't have sugar or honey to pour in your tea, what's the next option? I need to know. Somebody call me and let me know. Also, don't be afraid to join in the conversation. 340-715-7948. It's a great way to join in the conversation with us this morning. And I'm going to go ahead without further ado and introduce these awesome two gentlemen right here in the studio with me. All right. Listen, this morning we have none other than dun, 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 for the people. Okay, short, sweet, and straight to the point. We got none other than Andre Lewis and Kai Nielsen in here with us, two distinguished gentlemen. All right, they are definitely making waves out here for the millennials and making sure that you, our listening audience and our viewers, understand the importance of what was it to come in here and back every morning, registering to vote, people. Oh, yes. So, listen, we're going to get straight into it and all the nitty-gritty and in between. Now, these two gentlemen are not necessarily running for office, but they definitely speak like they do. So, welcome to Bush Tea in the Morning, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you in here with me.
That's great. Thanks for having us. I got to work on my radio voice ASAP, Mr. Lewis. I got to work on that radio voice. Morning to the people, man.
I think you got it already, okay? I think you
Neeks, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to have y'all here with me, man. Definitely. I love that you guys reached out and, quick and fast. It was this weekend. Now look, you're right here with me and we ain't into it. So I'm ready for it. I saw a bit of you guys' interview yesterday and y'all got people fired up, man.
Yes. Tell them, Pencil Man.
Well, wait, Pencil Man.
Oh, man.
You gotta explain that one. Wait, how that one work?
I have to go there. We can leave it alone.
I don't mind getting into it. Well, no, that name originated from when I was in 7th grade. I attended the John H. Woodson Junior High School. My basketball coach, shout out to Mr. Judge, gave me that name because I was only 65 pounds.
What?
I was really small and really thin.
I can't see it.
And I made a defensive play where I blocked the ball off the glass, and he was like, "What? You erased that like a pencil?" And it kind of just stuck
from there.
It stuck
listen,
from there.
One thing Caribbean people can do, you name it.
Everybody forgot my name was Andre and they started calling me Pencil.
Pencil Man.
So just stick with it.
Erasing them one by one.
One by one.
That okay? So what you're erasing now? The stigma in our community where young people don't vote. Last election cycle it said only 22, and not 22%.
Right.
Only 22 living, breathing individuals of our age group and generation went to vote. I was one of them. So without me, it's 21.
Right, which is unacceptable.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's unacceptable, right?
Imagine that.
But again, it stems from generational conversations that was had. People always saying that, oh, your voice really don't matter.
Yeah.
The same people going in office doing the same things.
Yes.
People say, oh, well, I don't think my vote won't count. I don't think so. It ain't make no sense to vote because everybody on just go in there and do what they want. And I ain't gonna lie, I is a testament to that. I was once saying that about 10 years ago. I never lie, hide, or deny.
I can count on my one hand how many times I voted, okay?
And don't be ashamed to say.
I got two fingers left,
but
yes, absolutely, because, that onus is there. And you grow up in a community that silently send certain messages to you when you're coming up, right? So you adapt and believe these things to be true.
But then also you have to understand that there's more, and you have to want to gain that knowledge to learn about it.
Yes.
You don't have to stay in that same lane. There's two sets of lanes. All you have to do is peep your head to the side and say, oh, there's something else going on over here.
Right.
You have to take that upon yourself to want to learn more, want to do more about it, rather than just living in the same stigma we've been living in all this time.
Yeah.
And being underneath Kindness's wing for the past 10 years, I realized like there's way more to it than just what I've grew up to. I actually have a voice. My voice matters. My voice has a say. And I want everybody else in our age group to realize that. Like we have so much untapped power that it's crazy. We could dictate so much more in our Virgin Islands that we live right now. And we kind of want to spread that message today.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
definitely not kind of we dare to spread that message, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, and it's a lonely road sometimes, Neeks, and especially for a person like me where I had been within these ranks from early. You know, I came back from working at Bloomberg Law, which is the largest fintech company in the world, to now coming back home and saying, well, I go make a change. That was my promise to myself more than 12 years ago. And coming back and speaking with our administrators, even having access to them. That's what people like Bob Marley and Nelson Mandela died for. That's what people don't realize too. They died to have access to their governance in a way that we just take for granted.
And that's why they used to use music to get the messages across, because they couldn't pick up a phone or even write a letter or none of that.
Oh, go to the office.
They weren't being acknowledged. Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
you know, when I was coming up 10 years ago, I was knocking on doors. I was showing up to commissioner's office. I was asking them questions. I was doing my research. And that's why I became known for being one of the most in-depth individuals within these spaces. You know, it wasn't just, well, Kai got hot on, so we're going to let you low. The
brim.
He knew you were talking about.
That hat is the staple.
The brim.
The brim. That's
the
the
brim.
vibes.
They gonna put you down in the ground with a hat.
I'm glad you know, sir. I'm glad you know, sir. Yeah.
And not just the hat, but I am really admiring this yellow breast on your chest.
Come on.
Oh,
you got rep.
Hello.
Someone is paying attention. Someone is paying attention.
Always. And like you said, Andre, you know, you've been under his wing for the last 10 years. So, Kai, that's a testament to your wingspan, right? As well as your abilities and the fact that even while you're traversing your own journey, you're bringing others along with you.
As you should.
Right.
That's our mandate.
There's no gatekeeping. There's no gatekeeping.
No. Ain't even got gate to keep. This is the part I don't understand with the Virgin Islands. Because let's talk about it, right?
You'd be surprised.
We don't got no gate to keep. Ain't got no keys. Ain't got no lock. Ain't got no nothing. There's nothing to keep. We're actually needing to build the infrastructure even to even have the conversation about gatekeeping.
Yeah, I tell the other generation that, you know, you got individuals like over 800 people could retire right now. That's not. And then individuals who are in there don't want to see us in there. And if we do end up in there, we got to do it their way. The way that they were taught to do it.
It's a chessboard, you know?
Yeah, but the issue is the game has completely changed, right? Especially to our generation. And we have to be industrious. We have to be innovative. You had pigtail for the slaves, right?
Right.
Now you got oxtail for the Jamaican. You remember how much oxtail used to cost back in the day in the 90s? You could have got oxtail plate for like $7.99 because that was the waste.
Now that's the delicacy.
That's high. That's my point to you.
Crazy.
That's my point.
So it's like, but you know what? The game hasn't changed. The pieces do. You understand? The pieces on the board game changed. So we got to really pay attention to that because we're now the pieces. Before, we were irrelevant. We weren't even on the board. We weren't even having the conversations. We weren't even being considered.
Well, we call you guys pawns.
Right.
That's what it is. Right. I mean, I think the reality situation, the game has changed. And my reason for saying that is, look at how artificial intelligence is just wiping entire careers off the board.
Yeah.
And our generation is inheriting that. Right? And now we got to figure out what's going to be our oxtail. But if you keep us off the game board, then we're not able to bring our innovation in. Our generation saw all kind of innovation, right? Remember back in the day, grandma had we call that phone. You have to put your hand in the circle.
The rotary phone. The rotary phone.
Grandmother used to
and now we got an iPhone. You understand? Like, look at that. That's our time. And it's going to only accelerate. So, yeah, we're here to really say and maybe even preach to a certain extent. You got to get in the game. You can't keep on being sidelined and then one complain about, well, they don't all do the same thing. I think that's lazy. And that's why we're here today.
Right, exactly. It's important to have the conversations and to even be aware of where we've come from, like you mentioned, the rotary phone, right? How many of us in these generations now today actually know how to use a rotary phone?
They don't even know what that is.
They don't exist.
That's another language to them, for being honest.
Exactly.
Home phones don't exist. Everything is cell phone. Everything is on you.
Listen, I saw a young lady on social media. She said, I have an idea. What if we have a phone that stays in the home that everybody at home can access?
No,
Somebody
she
in
was
the
playing
comment.
around.
No,
No.
she was really serious.
What?
She was young enough to have never been introduced. And somebody said, hold on, wait a minute. She's literally describing a home phone. We're going backwards, ladies and gentlemen.
History to repeat itself, man.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
You know, I see what Andre Lewis and myself are doing right now, not being necessarily new, it's being necessary. It's necessary for young people to get up and say, hey, yo, folks, it's time to wake up, right?
Right.
And it's necessary that you have people like myself who's been in these spaces, you know, like what Lima said. She owned a radio station. You can't compare it to a podcast.
Okay.
Right.
It's that type of time. Janisha
Yes.
John, when I was hanging with Janisha in LA, she was like, Kyle, unless they get paid to be models, they're not real models.
Exactly.
So it's like, I couldn't be out there telling you that, yay, there's money on the other side of that fence if you actually buckle down, unless I made money on the other side of that fence. You know where I'm coming from?
The
So a lot of my
impossible is
time-
possible.
But this is where I came up with what I was saying to you. We don't even have the gate to keep, because a lot of what we'd be tussling up with each other, for example, the music industry, right? A lot of artists that say, oh, I'll get keep it, and they want to put nobody on, and da-da-da-da-da. There is no real general music industry here in the Virgin Islands. We literally do our thing and be like, okay, that could work. But there's a standard. The industry already has a standard.
There is.
So because we can get away with operating beneath the standard, we feel like we could rewrite the playbook, and it does not work that way. But now that's why we're not acknowledged in any of the real spaces where money is being made, because you don't meet the standards.
And what I see is that we keep on lowering the bar, and I keep on challenging the powers that be like, we can't keep on lowering the bar.
Or trying to recreate it altogether.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't get to just remix certain things that sound good, that is convenient to you. No, that's just not the type of time we on. That's not the type of time we on.
Exactly. So I'm glad that you guys are having these conversations. So tell me, what would you like to see changed in our community specifically, especially being that we're all a part of the same generation, right? And we're having these conversations. Shout out to our listeners, because we don't cater to just one demographic. That's the beauty of 101.3 Roe FM, right? We have a lot of listeners from every generation and from everywhere in the region. They reach out to us, you know, even people in Curacao, St. Martin, Anguilla, Jamaica, you name it. And because we're on the dial, we're also on the TuneIn app. And we're always live on social media. So we get to hear a lot of the feedback and, you know, compare, contrast, and whatnot. So tell me, you guys having the voice that you have, us being able to utilize the platforms, we're doing a lot of the groundwork to change what the game actually looks like and where we fit in as a generation. You're seeing more and more young people having the conversations. You're seeing young people running for office. You're seeing young people being a part of the change and creating organizations, much like you guys created For the People. So there's a lot of thought being put into it, a lot of passion. And for the first time, I think, in history, we have seen this much active participation from the younger generation. So what do you guys hope to see come to be from For the People? And what do you guys actually hope to infuse into all of the change that's taking place?
Want me to take that one on? How you feeling?
You could take that one.
No, it's just an interesting question, because the first thing you said when you came on, that if you didn't vote, there'd only been 21 people in our generation that voted. So I think fundamentally we want to see that number shift.
Yes.
But I think on a more optimistic level, I'd like to see the next generation uptake our generation more seriously.
Yeah.
And that investment needs to be an active, not passive investment.
Right.
You know, we need the mentorship. We need to understand how these systems work. We need to understand what mechanisms in place so we can play the game.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we just come in there and we just got the energy, and then they just shut us down by saying, well, you can't do that because of this technicality. But if you told me about that technicality, I'd have been able to dodge that a long time ago. So I find myself being the person that I am, giving people like Andre Lewis and others guidance on how to navigate a system that should just be navigable alone already. So that's what I would like to see. I'd like to see our participation not only in governance, but even in the small business and entrepreneurship sector. Because that's the real engine of any economy. So when I say shout out to the Thomases and that deli we were just at, you know, I love to see. That's like
Heaven Sent.
Yeah, I got my ass, I got my bush chief, and I came prepared with some bun for you too.
Dang. I love it when y'all come prepared because it tells me that you listen and you care.
That's right. I definitely care. And that's what brother says, the care that we have for our people. So that's a really strong question, and I didn't want to rush answer it because in coming here, we want to tap into your audience and let them know their voice does matter.
Yeah.
We do have power, but there's power in numbers, and they can't take us seriously unless we have those numbers, especially on those voting days, right? A person will listen to you more if you got 100 or 200 people backing you, because that will determine
much less than 20 or 21.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And we throwing these jams, you just advocated a bunch of parties. You're going to have hundreds of people there.
Always.
That's enough to change an election here in St. Croix.
Okay.
Right? I saw one
Say
senator.
it again, guy.
One senator went by 7 votes one time in our pencil. You know what I'm saying? So, like, well, let's talk about it. But I got to your point.
Pencil thing, you know, I can't.
That time, no. What your pen down there? You put it away. I didn't know I was busting your bubble, bro. I didn't know I was doing that.
Oh, God. I know Andre for years, you know, I never hit him.
I mean, no, but it's just to show you how we go, Neka. You know what I mean? When something stick, it stick.
It does.
And it ain't necessarily a
but
bad thing.
And that speaks volumes to what we're speaking on, because influence matters.
It does.
One person could change the mindset. Everybody calling you Andre all your life, and one person make that stick. One person.
But he ran with it. This man had a big dirty gold pendant with it.
If you can't beat them, you must join them. Hello.
There's only one of me at the end of the day. You know, ain't nobody else will check or say, "Oh, my name is Pencil."
No.
Right.
No,
it's me.
That's real.
It's me. And it's a great person who gave me that name too as well. So it wasn't to say like it wasn't just a nobody. No,
exactly.
It was a great person who gave
and
me
it's
that
for
name.
a great reason,
Of
because
course.
hello.
Of course.
But Nix, I wanted to jump into this section because I think you and I know a ton of people that are killing it elsewhere.
Yeah.
And when we spoke about that bar being low, we'd have the bar low here and we would go to the States or these other countries and then absolutely excel. Shout out to my people that just got raises. Shout out to my girl Malcolm Stevens who just got promoted. Shout out to IR killing it abroad. But we need to bring that kind of energy back home. And the people here need to make it something that they can actually come back home to. You know, yesterday we spoke, and shout out to Mr. Sinclair, because yesterday we spoke about coming back here and having the chair knocked off from beneath you that you told me to sit on, you know, and making us impossible to come back home. And those are the kind of issues.
And I think, like we said yesterday, it's kind of crazy how we're preached on, oh yeah, go abroad, get more education, get more skills, get more knowledge. And then when you try to come back home to put it to use, they put you down.
Yeah.
And for some strange reason,
No, I went through that. I went through that, and it's so discouraging.
There's
what
so many stories out here like that.
Oh
it's
my gosh,
crazy.
Yeah, and that speaks heavily on influence, but it also speaks heavily on our willingness to be. You know, it's not easy to be the oddball in the room. Okay, it's not. And when you come back with your different ideas or whatever, your norms are different from the norms of those who may have never had a different experience outside of what has already been or has always been.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
What you
don't know, you can learn.
You can learn.
It alludes to what I said earlier.
But you have to be willing.
You have to be willing to want to learn. And coming from where we come from, such a small home, such a small town, we always believe that, oh, this is just what it is. But there's more to the bubble. There's way more to the bubble.
So let's talk about the bubble, because at the end of the day, what are the reasons that it's so difficult for I want to say the minority, those who have traveled abroad, gotten different ideas, modernized their way of thinking, maybe got their first working experiences outside of the Virgin Islands, so they didn't necessarily develop some of the bad habits that come generationally from living and working here and never really escaping the diaspora, right? Okay. So what are the reasons why it's so hard for that small group of people to impact change? What are the reasons? Is it because we're really just that adaptable? Or is it because the things that we're not willing to let go of work for some in negative ways, but it does not work for the entire picture of the community, right? So I might be getting away with going to work and, you know, BSing on the job and not really, you know, having to show up because I know so and their family for however many years, right? And now here it is, you come and you want to impact change on how I have always been doing it, and this works for me because
Right.
I get to put in minimal effort and get to go home with my check without ever getting write up, without ever getting any issues. I ain't gotta be in no meetings. I don't have to perform
Mhm.
to the standard that my job requires. By good, I comfortable. So who you think you is?
What that
Ain't that the
personal
answer?
gain?
That's the answer right there.
Personal
Okay.
gain. Everything for personal reasons. Nothing is never based for a group. Everything is for themselves.
Mhm.
So like how you basically explained it and said, I know I'm doing this a certain way, how I want for years, getting
Mhm.
away with it. Here comes somebody else now who actually wants to do it the right way.
Right.
Now you're impacting my way of living.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want that.
Mhm.
They're stuck in that shell, and we're trying to
Mhm.
break all of that.
So how do you, as an individual, being the one that's targeted now, you come down with your new ideas and everything, and now everybody watching, oh, she better adjust, she better get herself together because this is how it'll be. And
Right.
we ain't changing that and da 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 da.
Right.
And I got backative because I've been doing it X, Y, and Z amount of time. You're brand new, so you don't have the same relationships with everybody else, right?
Right.
So maybe you don't have the same power. Even though you might be in a position to do it, it's not respected because of the position. What's respected is the relationships more
Right.
than the position.
Right.
Right? So what we call in the military is fraternization. Because you and I could be friends, but if you're my lieutenant and I'm just an enlisted individual in the military, I have to respect your uniform,
Right.
not your name. Right? So if we're able to adapt those mindsets, especially in small communities, because the military is a small world in itself. Everybody know everybody, right? Especially when you're living on bases and you kind of, in these unique small communities, right? Everybody knows everybody. But when it comes to the job, it is strict across the board in terms of performance. When you don that uniform, I have to respect the uniform. I have to salute the uniform. They teach you to salute the uniform, not the individual. Right? So even if I don't respect you as a person, I am still required to perform based on your responsibility and whatnot. But there
Your
are
rank,
also
your rank.
your rank, exactly. It's also certain systems in place where if you are not doing what you're supposed to do, even though you are above me, I have ways of either reporting that or protecting myself and making sure that, and what is actually being looked at is never the individual. It is the performance. We don't have that. Everything about us is the personality and the last name and
The friendship.
Yes, the friendship and the relationships. It's never about the job, the position, the uniform, or the rank. And there's always a hierarchy and everything. So if the
Correct.
hierarchy is never being respected, then do you even have one? Which is where the conflict of interest lies. We don't suffer from anything much more than a insufferable amount of conflict of interest across the board in business and relationships, everything.
All right, if you don't mind, I think favoritism exists everywhere, right?
It does.
It does.
I think that in the Virgin what's happening now is that it happens so much to the part where your infrastructure is actually falling apart. And I think that's now what is driving us to be here, right? Where
Right.
you have hospitals that because, well, I hired my cousin to manage the hospital, but he does not have the prerequisites or expertise to manage a hospital, and now we don't have certification, and without certification you can't get proper funding and financing, and now we're in a multi-million-dollar hole. I think that anywhere else in the world nepotism exists. I mean,
does.
look at the White House right now, right? Nepotism
Right.
exists,
Man.
It
but it
does.
should not exist at the detriment of everyone.
Which is why I mentioned,
where we're at
those small communities, because much like the military, it's a small space. Everybody knows everybody. Same.
Right.
A lot of the same factors that we deal with and face here in our territory exist in other small spaces as well too.
Right.
But there are systems in place to alleviate that, and they are enforced.
That's right.
So if we don't have that structure, we might as well not even.
Correct. And I think
participate.
it boils down to as well, if you're a carpenter, I'm not going to hire you to be a pilot. It just don't add up, and it just don't make no sense. Not you could be my cousin, my brother, my father. If you don't fit for the job, you're not going to be put in a position to do that job. You put the right people in the right places to do the right things. And that's what our boys down to at the end of the day.
I agree.
That's what it should boil down to.
I agree, but I'm gonna challenge this, and I'll play devil's advocate, because we see a lot of issues with that, and why we don't get away with putting people in certain positions a lot of the time is because we're surrounded by water, and we have a major exodus problem here in our territory. A lot of people who have the qualifications go up and leave
No, I don't buy
because
that.
you know the pay, you know, it's not necessarily competitive. The cost of living is constantly getting higher. There's certain factors. I mean, listen, it getting harder and harder to find basic toiletries on an island, okay? So if you have small children, or if you're caring for elderly, at the end of the day, we have other options. Like, that's the elephant in the room, is that we have a U.S. passport, IDs, we have rights. We can go somewhere else where it's a little bit easier. Like that. And we do, sometimes in droves. So what comes with that? A lack of expertise. The ones that tend to stay are the ones that it's harder for them to do more in the States because they don't necessarily have the schooling or the funds or the support, because you can't just up and go drop down in a state and feel like you're going to be successful. Technically, most of us sit down in somebody's living room on the couch for X amount of time until we stand on our own feet. Right? And that's how the exodus works, because I leave and then somebody I know come and stay with me and I help open the door. All of us have experienced it at some point. I've done it. I lived in the States for 8 years. I've done it, and I've done it for others, you know, and all of us have those stories. But for those who don't necessarily have that option, they stay, right? And some don't even want to leave because this is what they know. So when you have those situations, you have that constant hole in the bottom of the bucket where people are leaving, gaining knowledge, understanding, education, experience, and expertise. They go in other places. Sometimes they don't come back. And then the ones that do come back, they come back and they feel like, you know what? I've already tasted better water from another well. Why am I subjecting myself and my children to this?
This
right?
is from.
Right. So now we have deficits in knowledge and education. We have deficits in experience. We have deficits that for all the qualifying factors for a lot of the positions that we need to fill. So if we don't have them, what are you going to do? Leave them not filled? If we don't have police officers, what are we going to do? Not police? You're going to start to put people in positions with less and less qualifications. That is the realness of the situation, right? So, but then you find new ways to justify why you're putting them there. And a lot of times it's just because they can't find better. Okay? Not too long ago, a couple months ago, there was an article, and we discussed it here on the air as well, too. A young man that was a police officer robbed somebody, Jane. When you look a little bit deeper, he's a young man. Like he just come straight out of school, had a life on the streets previously, right? How did you become a police officer? He applied at a time when they shot stuff. It's really that simple. So, you know, at the end of the day, we really have to be true to what we're dealing with and the reasons for why we're dealing with a lot of these things. You can't fix a problem that you're not willing to touch. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we also have to know it's not one with the next either. It's like, think of that same situation you brought up. To say that we don't have people who want to come back home as a bullface,
no.
Right? We had when Albert Bryan first ran, it was a resume over DNA campaign, and we had so many applications it crashed the website. Crashed the website. The issue is placement. Even now, so you train all these individuals, but you then train and have a place to put them right away.
Housing,
so then now,
cost of living, which is why people have been leaving. So if we're not fixing the reasons why they're leaving, how are we going to fill the gaps?
Well, I just think it's more than one issue happening simultaneously.
Exactly.
And the thing is that if we don't have places to put these minds when they want to come, and we just pussyfoot around it, the issue is that then, hey, I'm gonna look to take that other job somewhere else. Right? Like I gotta spend a time.
Right.
You say you want to hire me, you got 2 months. Some people got a NOPA from the government, it takes them 6 months.
Which is
Listen, when I had to get mine years ago, it took me almost a year.
See that?
Okay.
Who could wait a year without family here?
Listen,
who could wait
and I was big pregnant too, because who got time for that? My kids were small, you know, so it's insane.
And that shouldn't have to be like that.
Right, and without that, you know what comes with not having that NOPA? Not getting a check.
That's right. That's what NOPA is.
That's crazy.
And people start executing the jobs without the NOPA, so they actually work those 6, 8 months.
Yes, you're working all during that time. That's insane.
Right.
That's
so
insane.
When you speak about systems, that's a good conversation for me. That's a more interesting conversation because we don't have enterprise-wide systems in the territory.
Nope.
I think just my contract actually brought the first ever cross-governmental tool to the territory. So, you know, these are the things that our generation can bring and say, hey, you need these systems, right? You can't have 20-odd agencies, 27, 28 agencies, all speaking to each other in silos.
Right.
That's the issue, right? So
Exactly.
when we're talking about hiring, you're talking about at least 3 or 4 departments that have to touch your NOPA. Ain't just one.
And these are
entity.
signatures you're waiting for. You know, anything you need signatures for, and you don't have the right last name or backative DNA background, everything, you're going wait for that. And that's crazy because how many people that's got too much thing on top of them? Who's holding who accountable for what?
Accountability.
And you know what? When they holding up people money, and this is the same thing with vendor payments. We're gonna get back to this in just a bit, but when you still get your check every 2 weeks, even though you're holding up other people's monies, and there's no kind of, you know, you ain't going through no kind of setbacks in your life for it, conversations changes, right?
It does.
So let's talk about that. But right after we pay these bills, guys, we're going to come back after these messages in just a bit. It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, and Bush T in the morning. Hope you guys are enjoying the conversation. We're here with For the People. We got Andre Lewis and Kai Nielsen. So don't touch that dial. We got some more coming back in just a bit. It's 101.3 Roe FM and Bush T in the morning. We'll be right back.
Become the host with the most with summer savings at the Home Depot and make every gathering one to remember. Get fired up with savings on grills that bring everyone together, outdoor power tools to keep your yard ready all season long, and flowers for a fresh pop of color. From backyard cookouts to summer celebrations, you'll have everything you need to welcome your guests with style. Start celebrating with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
The USVI has 3 reasons to fet, and Native Sun Ferry is eliminating your best excuse to miss Love City's parade in all its glamour and glitz with a special trip. July 4th, Native Sun Ferry is taking a boatload of cruisers from Gallows Bay at 8 a.m. and leaving St. John at 5. Round trip is $150 for adults, $120 for children. So whether you want to participate or view, you in a costume or a political t-shirt troupe, you know what to do. Go to www.nativesunferry.co. That's C-O. If you want to go to feel the love of the St. John celebration. Or call 774-8685.
Are you looking for another source of income while earning an in-demand marketable trade that enhances your resume? If so, the Virgin Islands Air National Guard is the best-kept secret of the Air Force that provides you these opportunities and so much more. Take advantage of these amazing benefits while serving locally in your community 1 week in a month and 2 weeks a year. To learn more, contact your Virgin Islands Air National Guard recruiter at
340-277-8002.
This is Donna Fred Gregory, your Democratic candidate for governor. Small businesses are the heart of the Virgin Islands economy, and they should be central to our $20+ billion recovery and rebuild. Many of them can't fully participate in these large super bundle contracts without real support. The Economic Development Bank should provide equipment leases and surety bonds that help local contractors compete for contracts. I commit to collaborate the 37th legislature to provide this funding. Enough is enough. Time for results. On August 1st, vote Donna Fred Gregory for governor and Rodney Moorhead for lieutenant governor.
Paid for by VI Now for DFG.
To the Senate, number 5 on the ballot.
Majestic Entertainment presents Vogue LaCroix, the sweetest day parties of the summer. 1 ticket, 2 luxury day party experiences. Saturday, July 11th from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Choose your vibe. Join us for Peaches and Cream at Eliana B Artistry Studio, featuring the best in Afrobeats, R&B, soca, and brunch vibes, powered by DJ Chubby and DJ Shay. Or experience Berry Lux at Rehab Sports Bar and Lounge with the hottest rap, dancehall, and reggae sounds from Kimo Dan and Party Jesus. 2 venues, 1 epic experience. Enjoy VIP perks, including reserved parking, delicious hors d'oeuvres, personal VIP attendance service, hookah, and express VIP entry. Dress to impress, good vibes, great people, unforgettable memories. Get your tickets today at VogueLaCroix.com. That's Vogue LaCroix, the sweetest day parties of the summer.
This is a reminder from the election system of the Virgin Islands. To register to vote, you must be a U.S. citizen, at least 18 years old, or turning 18 before the next election, and meet local residency requirements. You must not be registered elsewhere, not be a convicted felon who has not been discharged or pardoned, and not have been declared mentally incompetent by a court of law. When registering, please bring one of the following: a U.S. birth certificate, U.S. passport, military discharge form, DD-214, or a naturalization certificate. Your voice matters. Your vote counts.
For more information, contact the election system of the Virgin Islands.
Or vivote.gov.
Name your own. Name your own. Street addressing initiative. Name your own. Want you to think positive. Name your own. Hurricane to come true. Name your own. Make it easier to find you. Name your own. When the diamond tree brought down. Name your own. Ambulance going round and round. Name your own. When your landmark disappear. Name your own. They say I would be right there. Name your own. They say I about to unload. Name your own. Check your neighbor and name your road. Name your own. Name your road. My community, I'm begging you. Name your own. That's all you got to do. Name your own.
USVI Street Addressing Initiative, Office of the Lieutenant Governor.
The new 101.3 FM, WEVI, Frederickstead, Christiansted,
Sweet, sweet Santa Masnai.
St. Croix.
Come on, y'all, let's go. That's right.
101.3 Roe FM, WEVI.
Yeah, yeah. You can go and tell everybody. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come let me put you in a chance and me show you how the real China lifestyle is. Yeah, and me know I say you in love, baby, so you don't need to try fight it. And go and tell your friends about me, because me know them a talk about it. And me tell you the truth, me no care, baby, if you want to tell everybody. Yeah, 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 yeah. You can go and tell everybody. Yeah, 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 yeah. I said I'm there for my baby. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey.
In love with your body.
Yes, yes. The VI is one of the most talented places in the whole wide world. This is Goddess by General from right here on the Big Island. You already know, representing one time for the one time. Wave your flags and your rags. You better be proud of where you're from. Bush tea in the air. Cheers.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You can go and tell everybody.
Taste it out.
It tastes so good.
Yeah, taste it out.
Man.
So don't rush the brush, dog.
No, I'm rushing. No, my grandmother tell me have my tea in man.
It's okay
Can't let me tea to
then.
get cold.
Okay then. Make sure you put something warm in your
stomach,
belly.
you have to.
You got to get rid of the gas and the bad mind all one time.
Always.
Yes, man. And that's what the show is all about, the positivity and taking us back to the grassroots ways that always work. They don't change because the times change. We're the ones that change. change. But sometimes we need a little, a little map in the back of your head, a little scope ups to remind you, like, hey, you're back on track. What happened to you?
We need a lot of scope ups right now. We need a lot of that. But I remember when Nix was telling a story off the air about what was it, the straw on the paper straw and the girl,
the rapper.
Yeah, and just the pride those people felt to pull her up on that.
Well, let me tell the listening audience what we're talking about.
Yeah, but it was brought up that way, you know.
But brought up. See, we don't have that no more. Like
brought up. See,
we have a different form of brought up. See,
yeah. You ever see the story with Damian Long on the couch?
Yeah.
And he spoke about when he became like the director of the abattoir, and how what he found was that after all these grants came in and all that equipment was bought for the Department of Agriculture, it was the workers in there that started sabotaging the equipment because they didn't want to work. Right? That's the kind of thing here that when I say accountability to you, big dog, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right? It's easy to blame the government. It's easy to blame the governor for things.
It's easy to point the fingers.
Right, people are sabotaging you, and the impact that have. Now you have all these farmers, all of these supermarkets that can't get slaughtered lamb, slaughtered cattle because you don't want to work.
Man.
As an AC building,
which is crazy.
When we talk about accountability and lack of pride, to me that's a lack of pride. And when she was in Germany, those people showed them in that moment. This is the pride we have for our land. So how do we instill that? You have to instill that in the youth them from the beginning.
That's where it starts.
So let me get a listening audience a little backstory on what we're talking about. So while we were on the break, I was explaining to Andre and Kyle that when I used to live abroad in Europe, one of the things I was most, freaked out about, I was like, how is it they don't have not one piece of litter anywhere, like anywhere along the highways, the walkways, the roadways, by the houses. You don't even see, like, outside of seeing large trash receptacles, you don't really see any places where trash is really like hoarded or stored. So you'd be like, how is it it's so clean? Well, I got my answer one day. Some of my comrades and I were actually taking a train to another country because instead of hopping state to state, you go from country to country, right? And we were just having a time, just chilling on our off time. And we were on the train, and she popped her straw, took it out of the wrapper. And while we were talking in the heat of the conversation, ended up dropping the wrapper for the straw on the ground. Now we're just in a tamarack for a train, right? If you go to New York, you gonna see these straws, paper all over the place, right? The cup, the straw, everything gonna be on the ground, right? Terrible. But she dropped it by accident in the midst of the conversation, and the way everybody around us went off for this little piece of straw paper, basically, and we can't understand a word that it was saying, but she moved with the quickness she moved with to pick up this paper. She understood, like, they ain't playing that.
Right. So when you asked that question in the beginning, it was such a big question, like what we want out of this.
Right.
At the end of my life, I want to be able to see our people feel that kind of pride about gay islands.
And the small things matter. That's what I really got from that, because why you care so much? They weren't paying us no money. They weren't even watching us any other time. But until that happened, and it was like, how could you? And then all you hearing is American. Like, they already feel like we're entitled.
Right.
Like we don't have pride. Like, we just feel like, life revolves around us. And to be honest, that's a lot of the issues a lot of outside countries have with Americans, because we have an entitled way of living.
And you see, you brought up again what change we want to make with the movement that we're doing right now.
Yes, absolutely.
We have to start holding people accountable.
That, as well as self.
We have to
True example. Yes.
We have to.
Because it's not about pointing the finger, right?
No. It's easy to point the finger.
Easy.
So me and Mr. Nielsen is here to show the people it starts with us.
Yeah.
Holding ourselves accountable. Realizing that, okay, we can't and complain about changes if we're not going to be able to step out and make the necessary changes that's needed to be done. You could be that person that a youth 10 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old in school see and inspire to want to be. And all it takes for you to do is just put your foot forward and just try.
Correct.
You never know until you try.
And what does it look like to really hold yourself to a standard? Let's say you're trying to adapt something, right? For myself, as one of the takeaways I took just from being in that space and whatnot, I is one of those, I ain't afraid to tell nobody around me, pick that up. because I understand that it starts from somewhere.
Right.
You know, you never see me just pick up something and trade down on the ground. If I drop a plastic bag, I running it down. Napkin and them kind of people be like, no man, not safe. No, it's not safe. Like, I actually have a problem because I've seen what it looks like and what it resonates with.
Right.
To have that level of onus, to feel something, it comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
That's your exposure. That's your exposure acting out right there.
And then,
Go ahead, man.
So know you doing that, Nix, and I know you doing that for basically our life for years.
Yeah.
There's probably somebody watching you doing that. So now they're gonna want to follow in your footsteps. It don't even necessarily have to be your kids.
Yeah,
it could be a relative. It could be a friend. Somebody see you have these morals and values and be like, what? I want to be like this.
But that's not the response that I usually get. What I usually get is, you're doing too much.
That's fine.
You know?
That's fine.
Because the culture around you hasn't met
That's
up there
fine.
yet.
Exactly.
Somebody gotta be the oddball.
Hey.
Somebody gotta be the oddball.
Right.
Or the change.
Somebody.
The catalyst to the change.
Somebody gotta do it.
I see you asked what it looks like. To me, it looks like discipline. I mean,
Right.
in my space, and Pensacola, Mr. Lewis could tell you this. You told me to be more comfortable in this conversation. That was your fault.
Do your thing. Do your thing. It's fine. Do your thing. The people them don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, we want to be comfortable too.
It's
you know?
discipline and it's commitment to your craft. I think you can't cheat. Certain things, and especially in sports,
right?
People like Nene and Mark had like that natural gifted talent, right?
Here, name that.
Right?
Here, name that.
But then what separated them from a Tim Duncan was that, okay, now I'm gonna add that discipline to it.
Right. Imagine.
That's what it was.
And a lot of us have the raw talent and the abilities, but we lack the discipline and the onus to actually meet the standard, which is why I said we don't have a gate to keep, because the talent is not enough.
Right.
And look around us. We are the best in everything we touch.
Right. When
To
you leave
include-
here.
Literally.
In everything from ice skating to skiing, we don't got drop of snow that come down here now. But put we in any arena,
We'll get done.
we're in Olympic spaces and we are doing it big.
We'll get done.
Okay, Virgin Islands is doing big things across the globe.
But they come back here and the bar is just so low, they don't have to try anymore.
God.
So
Yes,
I think it's our
and it's
job to
discouraging.
continue to try raise
Yeah.
the bar. That's
Yes.
what our job is, and you have to, in many ways, advocate for yourself. You're asking, how do we navigate these systems where I need to know somebody?
Right.
Man, sometimes you just gotta
Right.
show persistence.
That's
Correct.
it.
Go to that office and show them, listen, I'm gonna come here every day till my notebook gets signed.
Yeah. But you know what? And hard to adjust when a lot of times you want to do better, but you don't have a lot of experiences or anybody to look at. Sometimes you want to do better, but you need to see what it looks like.
Right.
And because we don't have a lot of those spaces where you could say, oh, you know what? I could look at a Tim Duncan. A lot of our greats are out of reach, which is one of the reasons why it's so hard for us to change, because we see the growth in others, but we don't see what it takes. We're surrounded by what we know.
But-
And those who want to do better usually have to leave. So where is the influence?
With this new time that we're in right now, there's something called technology.
Hey, but it's
This-
only going
this,
to do
this,
so
this
much.
generation now have so much access to so much different stuff. All they have to do is pull out their phone.
It's true.
Whatever they want to know. They can fact check you mid-conversation. And it happened to you before.
Multiple times.
It has.
But I think the point she's making is also, to me, one that we can't ignore, right? A lot of times these coaches and these individuals don't understand the impact that they're going to have on our child
Yeah.
life.
Which is true.
So they end up not investing in our children in the way they ought to, because they weren't invested in the same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
One
and your
second, guys.
nickname story, right? They came from a coach. I've seen kids'
Yeah.
lives take a complete dip because that teacher told them they weren't going to be something.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, we're going to pay some bills real quick, one more time, but one time, real quick, and we're going to get back into this conversation. I promise. It's a nice hot one, okay? So just
Yeah,
shake
it's
up the
very
little
nice,
sugar
it's
in the
very
bottom
nice,
of your
it's very
cups.
nice.
Yeah, stir it up, stir it up. We're going to be right back in just a bit. It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, and Bush C in the morning. Keep it locked.
Liberty, your world, better connected.
Croy, the wait is over. It's a Vibe present the return of the Dime, featuring the hitmaker, Molly Dime. Molly Don. Also performing live from Tola, it's Banco Bismarck.
She from New York. She fell in love with the way I chop.
And St. Croix's very own Felix London.
Sorry, babe, I got it tight. Love it when they from the streets.
All hosted by the one and only MC Mogul, with juggling by DJ Spin City, Fire Emblem, Giant Roots, and DJ Genius with Mr. Energy. Doors open at 9 p.m. sharp. No re-entry after 1 a.m. Early bird tickets are sold out. Get your tickets right now for $50 at DPM&M, Strictly the Best, and Cache L'Amour. Limited VIP tables and sections also available. Call 340-277-1397. Next turn of Molly Don. Saturday, July 25th, 9 p.m. sharp at the Queen Mary in Paradise Flea Market. Brought to you by It's a Vibe Promotion. You must be 18 years or older to attend and 21 for VIP.
Are you looking for another source of income while earning an in-demand marketable trade that enhances your resume? If so, the Virgin Islands Air National Guard is the best-kept secret of the Air Force that provides you these opportunities and so much more. Take advantage of these amazing benefits while serving locally in your community 1 week in a month and 2 weeks a year. To learn more, contact your Virgin Islands Air National Guard recruiter at 340-277-8022.
Napa Auto and truck part owners have been a part of the Virgin Islands community for generations. They're the pros that know how great employment in the Virgin Islands affects the quality of life for families. Napa pros treat every employee and customer like family because let's face it, they probably are family. Napa's extensive part inventory include parts for new model cars and trucks, older model cars and trucks, and every island raga in between. And let's not forget the agriculture equipment parts and custom hydraulic hoses that Napa keeps in stock so our farmers can get the field plowed and our communities fed locally. Napa pros are proud to be a part of this community. Shop locally, shop Napa. Call 772-0155 for Napa. All your auto, truck, agriculture, and marine part needs today.
Virgin Island people, they tell me they set and ready for this.
This is Donna. On August 1st, I humbly ask for your vote for governor in the Democratic primary. I pledge strong fiscal control, directing more funds for healthcare, law enforcement, and economic growth. Give me your vote. Hold me accountable. On August 1st, vote Donna Fett Gregory for governor and Rodney Moorhead, lieutenant governor.
What you think about Donna? Be sure about Donna. Positive about Donna. We voting for Donna. She will run things better. We need Donna for governor.
Paid for by VI Now for DFG.
Caribbean Posh Weekend 2026 is on. June 25th through the 30th, we invite you to join us in the beautiful British Virgin Islands as we celebrate 10 years of Caribbean Posh Weekend and a decade of connecting, empowering, and elevating Caribbean women across the region and diaspora. This year, we'll gather at the stunning Ocean 7 on Pier Island for an unforgettable weekend of inspiration, connection, celebration, and sisterhood. Whether you're joining us from the beautiful British Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Barbados, or anywhere across the Caribbean, Caribbean Posh Weekend is your opportunity to connect with extraordinary women and invest in yourself. Your weekend experience includes the Caribbean Posh Icon Women Awards, the Posh Girl Power Brunch featuring inspiring conversations and posh style mimosas, the Pink Sunday Sunset Sale, fashion, entertainment, networking, cultural experiences, raffle prizes, giveaways, and so much more. Be sure to inquire about our Me and My Bestie packages and special group offers designed to make your Caribbean Posh Weekend experience even more memorable. For registration, accommodation, travel information, dress codes, and event updates, visit CaribbeanPosh.com/WKD. Join us as we celebrate 10 years of purpose and posh.
Salve, amici. Are you craving a taste of Italy on our enchanting little island?
Head to Alfio's Pizza for an authentic Italian feast that will transport you straight to the heart of Sicily. Craft your own pizza masterpiece with the freshest ingredients. Vegetarian options are available. And for an experience that rivals Nonna's Kitchen, savor the island's best lasagna. Save room for our divine homemade desserts, cannoli, the Queen Elizabeth, and more. Whether you dine in and embrace our cozy atmosphere or opt for a quick takeout, Alfio's Pizza is your passport to Italian indulgence. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Call 340-719-8800 to order or reserve a table. Mangia bene, vivi felice, buon appetito.
Feel the rhythm.
Catch the excitement and win big this May at Caravel Casino. Sundays, it's Flat Screen Frenzy from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. every hour. One winner scores $500 cash, and one lucky envelope holds a 65-inch flat screen TV. Thursday night, the fun returns. Bingo is back at 7 p.m. Earn 200 points Wednesday and Thursday to grab your cards. Up to 3 per player with 8 games and a growing carryover bonus. It just keeps getting better. Fridays, we bring the heat with our Boardwalk Bonanza drawings from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Win $500 cash every hour. And don't forget, every Tuesday and Saturday, Caravel Club members get free slot play based on their card level. Fun, and cash. Only at Caravel Casino in downtown Christiansted.
Hey fellas, kings, VI men, yes you, I'm talking to you. Please put down the guns. We need you.
Grandson, I need you.
Babe, I need you.
Son, I need you.
Daddy, I need you.
Every time you kill a brother in this community, we all suffer. VI men, we need you. Walk away and live to see another day. This message has been brought to you by the St. Croix Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and Crime Stoppers USVI, 1-800-222-TIPS.
From the VI Radio Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rob Carolyn. We'll be looking at lots of sunshine, but it will be hazy again today as Saharan dust continues to move through the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. We're breezy and hot, 90 to 95, heat index at 100 or higher. Good news is the Saharan dust starts to move out tonight. It becomes less hazy overnight. Low is going to drop down to around 80. We're breezy. Tomorrow, we're partly to mostly sunny. May see a passing shower during the day. Temperatures are 85 to 90 tomorrow afternoon. Looking ahead to Sunday, more sunshine, a few passing clouds, and maybe a stray shower during the day. Temperatures on Sunday between 85 and 90 degrees. For the boaters, easterly winds continue today at 10 to 20 knots. They'll be gusty, so exercise caution. Waves 3 to 6 feet less off the western side of the islands. You'll have less than a 30% chance of encountering a shower offshore today. From the VI Radio Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rob Carolyn.
Established. I ain't trying to lead you on, just wanna ask if you might wanna give me your name, explain your status. You know I see you time to time, you seem available. Don't mean I know these wanna settle you. Gotta say you on my short list of few. Them other dudes is okay, but I'm feeling you. Want you in the best way. What you gonna do about it? Why don't you just test me? You won't want to do without it. No, I'm coming at you hard, eating the thug, and I ain't giving up till I get that gangster love. Always my tight, hair done, outfit crazy, skirts fit just right. White beater with a banging tan putting on a show for you, popping, I ain't stopping. Lot of action in your corner, yeah, you doing it too. Only thing to make it better though is me with you. And I know you feeling that regardless of your frontin'. And I heard through the street was me you wantin'. Let me find out you shy something, but I know you're not. So stop the games and approaches, you really not.
Hey! That's right. It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, baby. Is that. Guys, we're still in here, and we're doing it big for the people with Andre Lewis and Kai Nielsen. Guys, this is an awesome conversation that we have in right here on the air. All right, so tell a friend, tap in. You know, these are the kind of conversations that we need. I want to say a huge shout out to everybody that is doing great work and tuning in right here on the station. I gotta say a huge shout out Michael, Diga, all right, Diga Joseph, Jaja. We got Magda Molina Jr. and Judith Miller. Tanti Judy, how you doing, babe? And thank you for the words of encouragement always. Yes, so guys, how we feeling? That bush, you don't settle your belly yet?
I feel good.
Yes, it is that.
Yeah, it's gonna have expectations. You come and whatever God got in store for you. I feel like a lot of the after-air conversations made this worth it for me.
Man,
it really. I feel like I got to reconnect. Because growing up in a small community, you end up looking at friends almost as family when you get to this age. Because there's just so few of us, and the islands constantly change. Like you said, the hole in the bottom of the bucket.
Man.
So when we see each other, it's almost like you got a chance to reconnect with family and really like shared experiences
and see beneath the layers. Because in small communities we all show up a type of way, when somebody asks you, for perfect example, right? How you doing? Well, your answer is
I good.
Regardless of how we actually doing.
Regardless of what I good.
I good.
Because you're alive, right? That's the thing.
Right.
That's the thing. And
like as long as you could do this. Good.
Real.
Glory to God. Glory to God.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Sure. So it's good reconnecting with you, Neeks. And again, the opportunity being had right now is amazing. And for all those that are hearing our voices, we really came just to inspire you, show you that the greatness is within yourself and the change is within yourself. I mean, it's tough to navigate a place that feel like you're a crab in a barrel, right? Man. And I know it's an analogy that we use a lot, but that's the feeling that we hearing all the time. You get to the top, you get pulled down, you can't excel because this body got out for you. But the one thing they can't take from you is what God gave to you, your gifts. And I think now we live in a time where you can build around that.
Yes.
And we're going to see a lot more solo entrepreneurs out here. So take advantage of that. And for those looking to work in the government, because we're going to need people to work in the government. We're going to need please get the skills and upskill. It can't just be about the last name or what you did in high school, right? As you were talking about, right? It's what you got going on. No, I want to see your resume. I love you, but I want to see your resume.
I need to know what you can do.
Yeah.
I need to put you in the right position so you can excel correctly.
Exactly.
Real talk.
In the honest of that conversation as well too, I would like to see us being a little bit more adaptive to giving people the opportunity to try something new also, because sometimes people have the willingness. We've seen a lot of people that's running for office, and a lot of the conversation behind that, it seems very gimmicky, right? Because it's like, oh, because you do this in a community, or because you have this name, or because you know a lot of people, you feel you could run for office. And I think it's a little bit more than that. A lot of people have the willingness, right? They might not fully understand the game book, but that can be learned. What can't be learned is the discipline, right? Is the onus, is the self-starting initiative, right? In order for you to put yourself in a position to learn, to teach yourself something, right?
You gotta want it.
Because guess what? Guess what? If I was approached with the mindset of, okay, you know what, you speak well, but you don't have any experience in radio, you shouldn't do radio. But I speak well, I connect with people naturally, right? I would have never had the opportunity, and it took for somebody outside of myself to see that within me, give me an opportunity and say, you know what, come try this with me.
Yeah, but that's that mentorship that we talk that's lacking in our community. And that willingness for that person, whoever he or she may have been at the time, to say, you know what, I'm going to turn this threat, because they look at us as threats. the minute you have all those prerequisites and skill sets in place,
Yeah.
they look at you as a threat.
Yeah,
That's
always.
that's why always what it is out
Always.
here.
And that's why we don't have nothing.
Right.
Ugh.
And it shouldn't have to be that way. Why would you want to look at me as a threat?
Mhm.
We're from the same place. When you can
Right.
teach me the ropes, and I
Mhm.
could be able to push the envelope more and maybe do it even better.
Ego.
And so forth. And so it's always
Well,
the
no, they've
ego.
made a living off of telling people it can't be done. So here comes this new person with exposure to different cultures coming and say, you know what? You don't need to right click to delete it. You could just hit Control C,
And delete.
yeah,
Right.
Control X, get out of there.
Showing it, making the impossible possible.
That's what becomes the issue. So I'm begging now for you, because you have a large listening audience.
Yeah.
I'm begging for that generation to take us in, and that's the most humble you're gonna ever hear me be on a person radio.
Yeah,
Cause I feel like at the end of the day, I've earned my space here.
Right.
Earned my space here,
You have.
and that's
Right.
different. But I'm begging because at the end of the day, you guys are still the gatekeepers. Even if you got nothing behind the damn gate, as my girl pointed out,
Still a
several
gatekeeper.
times, you guys are still the gatekeepers,
right.
and that's something that I want to say in our last few minutes here.
Mhm.
It goes until 9:30. What are we going to?
We going.
Okay, say less.
It's Friday, baby.
I appreciate you.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Right, it's Friday.
I mean,
you know. But
I guess speaking, being the youngest in the room, I can honestly say to my listeners, if he's my age, I'm 30 years old, by the way. I'm 30 years old.
You little old man.
Getting there. Ain't there, but getting there.
The young people, let me say.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know, like, I need you guys to understand really and truly, the change is there. The stuff that you guys talk about amongst your friends. Oh, we have this in Sync, or we have this in a VI. It can be done.
Absolutely.
It can be done. It's not a far stretch reach. Not at all. If you want it to get done, you can start amongst yourself. Start asking questions. Start doing your research. The same phone we have on a day-to-day basis, you want to learn more, pull it out. Go on YouTube. Search up whatever you want to learn about. But get yourself knowledgeable about your community.
So, what's the most pressing issue on your plate as a woman of your age with 3 kids, aspiring entrepreneur, working every day in the radio? What's the most pressing issues for you?
For me, I think everything starts with effort, period. Because you can have the best, Lord, I just lost the word. I hate when that happens on the air. But you can have the best in your heart. Intentions. Thank you. You can have the best intentions. But at the end of the day, what I find we have that's probably like a virus in the Virgin Islands is 2 things. One, we want to do the most with the least amount of effort. And we are hell-bent on being master MacGyverers. If that's a word.
You enforced it.
MacGyver. Right? So at the end of the day, if we learn how to meet standards and not find now because we are masters of doing a lot with little, we tend to make that the standard of how to do things.
Right.
And a lot of the times that's what keeps us back from actually meeting standards. Now that's great when you're in deficit. That worked out for us perfectly during the hurricane, during COVID. That's why we can adapt to anything because we can do a lot with little.
Right.
Right? But when we don't have to utilize that equation, it actually works against us because it shows up as being lazy. It shows up as not following protocol, right? It shows up as us knowing better but not doing better, as well as not holding each other accountable because, hey, as long as they walk, it walk. But it keeps us out of the main stage spaces that actually matter and that put the Virgin Islands under a spotlight where it deserves to be because we are capable and we do have the resources to be better, but we are not always willing to put that extra effort forward. We quick to be like, me doing all of that. I doing too much.
Are we comfortable?
Comfortable.
That's
and
a
it's
problem.
because we have found ways to get comfortable with little to nothing, but that's a great way to stay with little or nothing.
Survival instincts. That's what that is.
Well, what I got out of that was, okay, when it's hurricane and stuff and you're forced to be resourceful, that's when the real creative side will come out of it.
Right.
Survival instincts.
And then, when we're looking at, because I'm here to talk about government to us. More than that, I'm here to talk about government, right? And when we look at certain individuals who get these large funding, and they're not creative with it, I think that's not when we're forced to live in a deficit.
Right.
You understand where I'm coming from? So, I want to see these minds and that effort that you take to be, creative in this way in government as well.
Well, perfect example, right? You talked about me being a single mom. A lot of these single mothers are facing the same issues, and nobody is saying nothing about it because, and even among women and single mothers, right? If I start to say, man, this is so hard, it's so this, is so that, I'm doing it by myself, another single mother is going to say to me, oh, well, our mothers did it, and our aunties did it, and they did it with nothing. So it's more like keep your mouth shut and keep it moving.
That's not justifiable.
Right? But this is what we know. So at the end of the day, keep your mouth shut, keep it moving, or whatever it is you have to do to make it happen, you do that or do without.
Well, I think mental health is something our generation's tapping into way more than our aunts and uncles did. Right?
We're aware. We're aware. And that's the first step to change. But it's much like, and I compare it all the time to swimming, right? I could step into a body of water for the first time in my life, right? Just going into the water. I've seen pictures and videos of other people swimming, so my mind might tell me, you know what, oh, that's easy, until I get into the body of water, and then I realize, oh, Jesus Christ, I can't swim. But now I'm aware that I can't swim. How well does awareness teach you how to do the thing?
Well, like you said, awareness is the first step.
It is the first
and
step,
then everything
but
else
that's not the fix.
No,
and
but you
because
have to
we're
learn
aware,
how to swim at that point.
You got to learn how to swim.
And
now, but what I want to get to the point is that a lot of the times we become aware of the things that have held us back generationally, and we believe that that awareness is enough for us to, oh, well, now that you know better, do better. But it does not work that way. We don't have the examples. We don't always have the education and the background. We have not yet even tapped into the what we call VI pride that shows up also as ego in the wrong ways. Okay, so because too much of anything is bad for you, right? We got a lot of VI pride, but that VI pride turns into ego, and it keeps us trapped and away from each other
and
in
again,
a lot of ways.
It goes back
right?
to what we're saying all from the beginning. It all starts with you.
Yeah.
If you so want to see that change, then you do it.
But
you need the resources to do it a lot of time, because me not knowing how to swim does not mean I gonna go out there and understand that, oh, okay, I have to push the water a certain type of way. I have to pedal my feet a certain type of way.
That's when you have to go and put your foot forward and take the necessary steps needed to learn how to do the doggy.
But we need the
to
resources.
learn how to go on your phone.
We need the resources.
No, I mean,
and that's a great way to look at it. But again, I saw somebody swimming on my phone already, and it didn't teach me how to
you
be
have to
more
want
buoyant.
to learn.
You have to want to learn.
It
You have to want to learn. But
proximity
is where I'm coming from with it, because we don't have a lot of positive reinforcement in the community for people to
be
actually
that positive reinforcement.
How am I gonna be something I have never seen?
You have to. You mean yes, you can.
That's my problem when people say. That's my problem when people like to say, "Oh, you know what? These fathers need to be better fathers." A lot of them have never had a father or seen one operate in a way that what they've seen is avoidance. What they have seen is frustration, anger, deprivation. What they have been in proximity to, they more relate to that. So what it looks like is when they're expected to and being demanded to show up in spaces that they don't have any real positive resources with, it looks like you're just attacking them. So they show up like, oh, well, you know, oh, well, you know what? And then I ain't even want to be bothered. But they don't have enough to see like, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like. Where are the positive examples? Because I could be aware that I need to be a father, but what does father mean to me? I buying clothes, or I showing up, or I spanking you on your butt because you do something wrong? Or is it teaching? A lot of them don't know that parenthood is a lot of teaching. They leave that to the mothers, and the mothers already doing all kind of things. So now we're seeing a rift. But again, being aware of the fact that I need to do better does not teach me to do better. Where are we getting the resources? Because everybody's talking about what needs to be done in this community. I am not hearing enough of how.
What I brought up was that our community are trying to create these circles and these groups where they're leaning on each other, and those resources are coming out of those spaces. I didn't see that growing up. I didn't see my uncle leaving the house to go sit down with other men and just have discussions around feelings. And I think that's what's happening now. So when I said, hey, I'm seeing our generation take a turn in that direction, that's what I was alluding to.
They're creating these open spaces.
Right. And I don't think that like man being soft is so much of a a bad thing anymore, right? I'm seeing people talk about, hey, it's being suicidal online. I might struggle with being suicidal. I'm seeing a community, instead of bash them and be like, what are you talking about? They come to their aid. So I think we have to open our eyes more to those things that are happening naturally, and then lift those spaces up as well.
Right.
You know, and I think postpartum for women, I'm so happy that's a discussion that more women are having.
Because that's scientific. That's not something that you choose.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know?
And to see these groups coming on, I'm calling it naturally because it's just out of necessity. I'm seeing, I need to talk to other women who are going through this. I know you're going through this.
Without judgment.
100%. So, you know, I want to be able to say those things are happening. Maybe they're happening in smaller spaces than we would like.
Because we are now just aware. That's the thing, you know, we just enter in these spaces, and other communities, especially our stateside counterparts, they've been aware a lot longer. So it's the trickle down effect with everything, to including funding, right? So sometimes we got the bottom of the barrel, so we don't get stuff last, right? But we're having the conversations and we're creating the safe spaces, right?
Yeah.
But we're also dealing with the hole in the bucket at the same time. So that being said, it's getting harder and harder to hold on to the resources, and at the same time, funding is that issue. So if I'm doing something positive in this community, I still dealing with the deficits in our community as well too, even though I'm trying to pour in. So as fast as we're getting, we're losing at the same time because of these bottlenecks and these issues that all of us are dealing with, you know? And you really have to be very dedicated to the change in this place to look at the infrastructure and everything that we're dealing with on a daily basis, you know, because it don't go away because you're doing something positive.
Right.
At all. As a matter of fact, it gets harder. Because now you're dealing with things that people watching you like, oh, well, you're so and so and so, so you should got it.
That's right.
And it don't walk like that.
It sounds relatable, doesn't it?
Oh,
One thing she
gosh.
said jump out at me is the dedication. Like, no one said this is going to be an easy road. And and this part of coming here and putting up our own bread to be here and have these conversations is I hope a testament to those that are listening that listen, we know this is not going to be an easy road. We ain't come to paint no rosy picture, but we are taking the steps towards being aware and being resourceful, and this is one way to be that. You know, so that's a conversation to be had for sure.
Absolutely. And I love the initiative that you guys are putting together with For the People, because we need that big time.
We need a community, we need a village, and bring back the village mentality. You know, back in the day, and I'm happy I could say back in the day, we were raised by multiple aunts, uncles. The neighbors could have beat us. And now we see a situation where the iPhone is just I.
Right.
And now that idea of being a single parent hits way different now in 2026.
I remember, I ain't going to lie to you guys. I remember when I was in elementary school, shout out to Grove School.
Shout out to Grove School for sure.
Right?
Shout out.
I was in 3rd grade. And I think I was having a conversation with my peers. I said the S bad word, right? My peers went and tell the teacher. My teacher been in another class.
You're right.
I had to walk to the class to meet the teacher.
Oh gosh.
Teacher tell me open my hand.
Oh, let me hear a long time.
Let's
over your
spell
hand.
this word that you said.
Oh no.
Each alphabet
Ooh,
was a lash in my hand. You think I go back and tell my mother and father the teacher beat me?
No, because you don't get more licks.
More licks. More licks.
That's
More.
real. That's real.
Even in school, embarrassing me.
Right. Much less if you're supposed to call and bring your parent
gosh.
to the school.
That
You're
sense
getting
of
embarrassed
community.
in the school.
And then when your grandmother hear about it,
It's blows.
Again.
So we said, to allude to what you said, you have to bring back that village mentality. We have to bring it back.
And holding each other accountable.
Accountable, yes.
Because I might not be able to tell you hold out your hand and lash you and your hand, you know, Andre, but I could pull you up and I'd be like, dude, you tripping, you wailing.
Right.
Hold it on. That
And that
look
shouldn't
good.
affect our friendship or our bond
and
that we have. It
that's the
shouldn't have
problem
to.
right there.
If I cannot
That's where
critique
People
you,
getting too
then I'm not
sensitive,
your
bro.
friend.
But that's where pride turns into ego.
People
Too much
get
of
too
anything
sensitive.
ain't good. That VI pride, that like, it starts looking like VI ignorance under the
Right.
wrong circumstances.
And I think in some cases, sometimes it's not really what you say, it's how you say it. People
True,
tend
that's
to take
true,
messages
that's true,
differently.
that's true.
So like if I approach you, okay, Neeks, well, you know, today we had a conversation and I didn't really like when you said this and this. My tone of voice itself is more accepting rather than, hey, what you talking to me? So like,
your MS.
right? No, you taking it a whole kind of way now.
Yeah.
No, you feel like what you said before, attacked.
Yeah, attacked.
Nobody wants to play that attack.
But not only that, say one, say two, because a lot of people are not willing to take critique from people who they feel are, what's the word? Like, you doing it, but you want to tell me not to do it. So you want to be a
hypocrite.
A hypocrite, correct. So imagine, and we have a lot of that going on in the community. What good for the goose ain't good for the gander. You understand? And that's where if I don't respect you, you can't tell me about myself.
Do as I say and not as I do, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
And we got a lot of that that's going on as well too. So it's okay for you to do it because you is who you feel you is.
Right.
But now I doing it, you want to move differently with me, and that's where we break down a lot of the barriers of respect, onus, and even having those pathways. So now we actually live in a community where we have more opportunities to connect, right? But we don't. We're actually more separated from each other.
More isolated because of it.
Because of it as well too. Yeah.
I don't need to have social interaction to have everything right here, right?
Yeah, I don't need to call you and check up on you like how we used to. I don't need to pull up on you and be like, hey, I come to see how you doing. No, because I could go on social media and scroll on your page without even interacting with you at all and be like, oh, she doing good, man. Yeah, right?
But like what you said, that's just one layer. Little hole and behold, it could be so much going on with you that you don't even know.
Listen, that's why I don't value a lot of friendships and stuff with people who don't pull up. I ain't good at it. I'm horrible at it because I just isolate. I'm bad with that, right?
Time out. So I could pull up without calling because I hate that. Call me before you pull up.
Call me before. Yeah, call me before.
Okay.
I ain't
like 5 minutes before, like an
like,
hour before.
I got people like it got layers to it. It's levels, right? Because I have and rest in peace. I have my brother was one person. I could have just pull up in a yard, don't call, don't say nothing. Any hour of the day and be like, hey, what going on?
Real,
you understand?
Real.
Like there's certain relationships that you know you have that layer of trust. You know, that honest, that discipline, that understanding with each other. But others is like, you know, you build to that. It don't always start off like you build to that. Some friends become family.
Yeah.
You know, you got people that like, you know, if you in a real crisis, you know that you're going to look out for them and you ain't got to worry about hearing your business on the street.
That's real.
Because that love is to that level. Then I got other people who will be like, wow, you won't believe who called me or what they going to me some because or even relationship-wise, right? One of the reasons why, for me personally, I just really say to myself a lot of the time, people will look at you, frame in their own mind what they think you are, or how others look at you, and then use that to try and boost self.
Oh,
be like, I'm be like, oh, yeah, but look who I talking to. You want me to say, no, my son, get you. Okay,
wow. That's so funny. The fact that you have told me is wild. You fit right in. That's crazy. You have to remind me about
a lot of stuff that you saying right now, Neeks. It kind of resonates between me and Mr. Nielsen because it's things we go through on a daily basis.
You'd be surprised.
We talk about like
like
it has random moments where I just pick up the phone and just call Kate. Kate, what you saying? I just can't check on you. How you feeling?
As you should, man.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
and regardless, and you can be real in those cases.
Yeah.
But anybody see you in the grocery store, you pushing a car, hey, how you doing? Me see you in a long time. How the family? Everything good. Everything always good. That's like, it's almost like a song we just sing, right?
Everything always good. Everything
man.
Some people intentions ain't really pure and genuine.
Exactly. And you, a lot of the times, and this is the thing, you know, good and bad, people all show up the same with the same 32 teeth showing. Some of them only got 22 teeth, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Right.
It's the same 22 teeth showing, right? So, is that you got really just and how do you guard yourself, especially in small communities? Everybody know everybody that's a friend have a better friend, and you know, but we all still traverse real life situations every single day.
And I think that should resonate to the community to actually try to hold one head, like regardless of what's going on in our life, we still share a lot.
I love that angle.
We share a lot.
Everybody has we don't know until we get like the healthcare, right? Until we get to the hospitals. I appreciate Neeks for like showing us just how layered a lot of these conversations are, but there's certain things that cut right across. And like our hospitals being in the condition they are, absolutely unacceptable.
Absolutely.
You know, my aunt, you know, the most important person in my life, she got a severe stroke, and she had to sit there for almost 48 hours before she could be airlifted out. And to know that that's the norm for so many people now living here. If that is not the kind of stuff that makes you cut through all the nonsense and a lot of what could be seen as trivial back and forth to deal with the real things in life, then what are we really out here saying and doing?
And listen, this is going on generationally, you know, because you see what you just talked about with your aunt. My birth story is very similar to that. I was born prematurely. Okay, Roy L. Snyder Hospital.
Wow.
Okay, this is in, I ain't gonna even say what year it was. 'Cause that was age me. I had to know.
19 something. 19 something.
I like it. So, all right. So now, right? My mother was 7 months pregnant with me, and her water broke. Do you know she sat there for 4 days?
What?
No water. I was premature. They kept me in her belly, right? And they had her just in the room. She wasn't really getting a whole lot of care. They were feeding her and stuff right now, naturally, and she had an IV, but that was it. But now I'm exposed to infection and all that stuff because the water that's supposed to be protecting me in utero is gone, right?
Wow.
And she don't know. She ain't feeling no movements or nothing on the 4th day. She screamed and tear down the place and everything, cuss and carry on until they actually did the C-section to remove me. But now there was no water for 4 days when they cut her uterus in order to remove me. They cut me above my eye because there was no padding, no protection, no anything for me. So I come into this world kicking, screaming, vexed, going out with the most. You understand? At 7 months old.
And she's still going.
Right.
And she's still going. That's so traumatic. You know, our healthcare infrastructure is scary.
It is scary.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the kind of stuff that get me out my house to come be here this morning. Anyone that knows me know I kind of stay in the shadows and do my thing. But I have to come on these shows to say, like, it's high time now that we start being active. It's high time now that you get out there, register to vote. When I leave here, we going to the voter registration to get my boy taken care of.
Then. See that?
No, but we need, we got to deal with the things that really matter in life, and then everything else could come, right? You can't talk about healthcare and not talk about hospitals. You can't talk about our children needing mental health when there's no institutions for it. You understand? So these are the things that we have to tackle, and hopefully this conversation, although again we went all over the place and we touched on a lot of personal issues, the takeaway is please understand your voice matters and go out there and get registered.
You are important.
It is that. Now listen, we're gonna play a little game really, really quick. You know, I got 2 sets of tickets I need to give away on this show today. The conversation been so awesome, but I want you guys to do it with me. You down?
Down. Okay,
you're down. All right, guys. So, as you guys know, I like to do the trivia type of thing right here. So, first of all, we're going to come up with a question, right? And, you know what? I think the first question I'm going to base off of our conversation today. Let me see who been listening. All right. First of all, these 2 gentlemen here have an organization. Tell us what is the name, and I want let me see. I'm going to say Todd Carla. We're going to do Todd Carla. Todd Carla to call in will win the first 2 tickets, and then we're going to go to a commercial.
This is tickets to what? The cancer bashment?
Yes, this is for the Always a Fair Cancer Bashment that taking place.
Instead of the Todd, make it the Ford.
For the people.
Is the number?
Make it the Ford.
You can't give the answer.
Make it the Ford, Carla. They here. They here. Make it the Ford, Carla. The Ford, Carla.
Ford, Carla. It is that. So we're going to play some music real quick, and we want you to call in and tell us, so you get an opportunity to head on out. That's Saturday. All right, that's tomorrow. Saturday, June 27th, the All White Affair Cancer Bashment. All right, you got DJ Genius, DJ Energy, DJ Chubby, Party Genius, Star General, DJ Terrorist, DJ Carl Selector Koof, and DJ Aniello. Doors open at 8:30 p.m. Tickets are still on sale. They're $25. It's $40 at the door, okay? $40.
Party to party.
Okay, I like it. And you spell it just so fatty. How do you spell fatty?
F-A-W-T-Y.
Yeah. You're right.
That's what you spell it.
Shout out to him for she's fatty. Okay, so not 40, fatty. All right, so check out the farm for more information, or you can give them a call at 407-361-1168. Guys, we're running the music. Fort Collar is you.
Pretend they love you now. Then behind.
Call back. Amos, you ain't get counted.
But who jobless? No one cares.
Okay, Carla, you are number 1. Call back.
We're past the worst. Hypocrites and parasites. We'll come up and take a bite.
I wonder who this cap gonna fit, guys. I wonder, this a big hat to fill. The question is, I have to get right in. What is the name of the organization these two gentlemen in here are representing today? Brand new on the scene. You want to see who listening? Who's listening for Joe? We had one caller so far. The number to call 340-715-7948. We're giving away 2 tickets right now, and we have another set to give away as well. So who going away with his first 2 tickets? That's for Saturday, June 27, the All White Cancer Fair, Cancer Bashment, going on right here on the Big Island. Dang, dang, dang. Hey. But I definitely got to say a huge thank you to you guys for coming on in on the show. The conversation has been absolutely amazing.
Oh, man. Thank you for having us today.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us today. Truly.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy, like I said, I think the off-air stuff is the best for me because, you know, like you're right, seeing behind, not the facade even, but just the cover, I left here feeling like, okay.
Right.
You know, that's
right.
real. That's real.
Right.
Tristan Perkins, or Tristal Perkins, says to you guys, to make a meaningful impact, focus on connecting with the people around you and addressing actual needs rather than guessing what they want.
That's real.
I think that's heavy.
real.
That's a good
That's
takeaway right
real.
there. That's a great takeaway.
Shout out, Miss Perkins.
Shout out, shout out.
Which one is that? What was the first name?
Tristal.
Tristal.
Caller, you're on the air. You are caller number 2. Oh,
Okay.
yes. They're coming in.
Girl, you tried to break my heart. Did it make you happy?
Hey.
Happy? You supposed to hold me down, but it didn't happen. You supposed to hold me down. Now I'm over it.
All right, so guys, yes, we're giving away 2 tickets to the Cancer Bashment this weekend. Why are you into this weekend?
Oh, yeah, we definitely doing the, was it the Kidsville? With
Oh,
the Children's
yes.
Museum on Westgate. We definitely
awesome.
doing that on Sunday.
Shout out.
Give something for the youth them to do, you know?
Hey, always something
I was
positive.
about the youths. I was about the youths.
They won't smoke if I see them.
Oh, yeah, I was complaining we don't have nothing to do. But then when they got things to do,
Which is, I mean,
when they got things to do, then, you know, people are just, sometimes
there's
they don't show
always
up.
something to do.
Always.
There's
Somebody always doing
always.
something. But you see more and more
Always.
initiatives also, right?
Right.
715-7948. 715-7948. You're looking for something to do this weekend. This Saturday, it goes down 8:30 p.m.
Right.
Are you going to pull up to this all white Cancer Bashment or what? You have something white? Give me something wet in your closet. Something white. in your-
Yikes. Yikes.
If it wet, it belong in the dryer.
Yikes.
Lord. So today was an awesome Friday. You know, every Friday I try to make sure we have a great interview, something good to talk about. So I appreciate you guys jumping in on the conversation with me. We got another caller. Caller. You are on the air. You are caller number 3. We got one more coming in. Oh, see there? Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, good afternoon. Do I have the chance of speaking with Neka?
You speak in. You need to speak to me off the air?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
She want me the best friend and the big sister. I been up, we playing Twister, and then I kick her out the crib when I'm finished. Go figure. I just popped the eat pizza, my blunt lit up. I had way too much scissors in my liver. I keep me too freaky. They both.
Caller. Hey, who we getting away these tickets to? The very next caller. Let's go.
Pike from Pana with the Shuts. We're having a community mixer right above DP M&M. 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Tuesday, June 30th. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We have music by Kimo Dan. We have free liquor, free admission. Come out and mingle with some potential candidates. Save the date, June 30th. That's a Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. right above DP M&M. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See you soon.
Become the host with the most with summer savings at the Home Depot and make every gathering one to remember. Get fired up with savings on grills that bring everyone together, outdoor power tools to keep your yard ready all season long, and flowers for a fresh pop of color. From backyard cookouts to summer celebrations, you'll have everything you need to welcome your guests with style. Start celebrating with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Hey, St. Croix, listen up. Your favorite spot, formerly known as Spicy Grill, is still turning up the heat as the Flaming Grill. Same flavors you love, now with more options. Located across from the Agricultural Fairgrounds on the road headed to the BMV. You can't miss it. We've got barbecue chicken, baby back ribs, pork chops, lamb chops, ribeye, and New York steak. Plus, fresh grilled salmon, mahi-mahi, and shrimp. And don't sleep on those daily specials. Kankin butter sauce, rich oxtail, Tuesday roti, and so much more. Always cooked just right. Burger lovers, you're covered. Chicken, steak, salmon, dolphin, veggie burgers with fries, wraps, wings, salads, hot sides, the whole lineup. Open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located across from the Agricultural Fairgrounds on the road headed to the BMV. Call ahead 340-778-6270 and follow us on Facebook. Same roots, a whole new fire.
Hey, hon, have you checked out Precision Auto Parts? They have everything you need for your car.
Is that the new auto parts store where cars only used to be by 5 corners?
Yes, they offer the widest variety of domestic and foreign parts. From oil to batteries, filters to lawnmowers and trimmer accessories, they have it all.
Wow, that's amazing. I heard they had the lowest prices in town too.
Absolutely. Plus, their customer service is top notch. They really know their stuff.
For all your automobile accessory needs, visit Precision Auto Parts. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Call them today at 340-773-7276.
Precision Auto Parts, your one-stop shop for quality auto parts at unbeatable prices. Precision Auto Parts, for a smoother ride.
Parents, are you looking for a well-rounded summer camp? Interchanges, where the fun never stops and the adventure never ends, presents 2026 Summer Camp. Face Fantastic Adventure Camp Explosion. We offer academics, pool party, horseback riding, gaming and technology, fishing, cooking, music, art, bowling, Buck Island adventures, and fun-filled field trips. Camp lasts 8 weeks, June 8th to July 31st. Boys and girls ages 3 to 13 are welcome. Register May 23rd, 10 to 2 p.m. at Victorious Believers Church. Get your kids ready for a fantastic time. Stay connected on Facebook or call me, Miss Teatree, 340-719-1725. 340-719-1725. Block grant accepted.
Tomorrow, you'll want to remember the music, the laughter, the celebration. Not a crash, not a DUI, not a trip to the hospital. Before you leave the celebration, ask yourself, have I been drinking? Am I distracted? Am I too tired to drive? If the answer is yes, choose a safer way home. Your future self will thank you. St. John's Celebration. Enjoy the night. Arrive home safe. This message is brought to you by the Virgin Islands Police Department Office of Highway Safety Impaired Driving Program.
I love it. I love it.
Roe FM.
May the church body has and say amen.
Hey, and we're back. It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI Ambush Tea in the morning. We still got 2 tickets we giving away. That's right, for the big all-white cancer bash taking place. Okay, it looks like we got one right now. Hold on. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? How you feeling today?
I good.
Okay, so we have 2 gentlemen in here with us this morning. What is the name of the organization that they are representing today on 101.3 Roe FM?
For the people.
Oh, yes. Dang. Congratulations, caller. You just won 2 tickets to the all-white cancer bash taking place tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, yes, right.
Congratulations, caller.
Congratulations. You didn't just get 1 ticket, you got 2 tickets. So I hope you already know who you want to take with you.
Right.
I do.
Hey, where you representing from, caller?
The west side of St. Croix.
Dang. All right, so hold on a little while. We're going to get your information and make sure that you come and pick up your tickets so you can go and head on out to the all-white affair, the cancer bashment taking place this weekend. All right? All right. Thank you for tuning in. Keep it locked on 101.3. What's the best station that's giving you all the best giveaways right here on the island?
Roe FM.
Dang. Carla, you need some bush tea, man. You need to wake up.
Yes. I sure do, Miss Ann. What the hell?
All right. See you guys in just a bit. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in just a bit, okay? All right. Thank you, Carla. We have a winner. Is that. That's right, for the people. All right, so we got yet another set of tickets. We got one more call. So if you ain't missed the call in this time, you still have an opportunity. Give us a call. And we gain it our way to the very next one because we're actually out of time for this episode. Lord of mercy. Time flies when you're having fun, you know.
Literally.
The water cool long fast.
Quick. Real quick.
Especially when the fan on.
Right.
Oh, man. That number again, 715-7948. We still have one more set of tickets to give away. Shout out to everybody that is on. Look. They're dropping hints in the comments. Lord. The viewers are getting it away. Lord. I ain't playing fair. I like it, though. I like it. So tell us, you got one more chance to win, all right? And all I want to know is, what next caller, what is the tagline for 101.3 Roe FM? Not the name, not the station. What is the tagline for 101.3 Roe FM? Talk to me. We got one more set of tickets to give away. Time flying. I gonna make me hold on to these tickets. 715-7948. That's the number to call. You got opportunity to win. It's a big all-white cancer bashment. In the meantime and between time, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me here on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Coming back or what?
Yeah, I guess we gotta come back at some point. Next we gotta come back at some point.
Oh, yes. It's been a great conversation, and we touched on some very trivial parts of our community, as well as getting young people involved. So one time before we leave, I want you guys to, one, let the community know how they can reach you.
Well, we have separate Facebook pages.
Okay.
My name, Andre Lewis, ANDRE LEWIS. And
you got Kai Nelson, KAI, last name NIELSEN. And again, man, I'm just an advocate not only for the youth, but for you, trying to get you guys more activated in the spaces that I think matter the most here in the territory. And that's what this conversation was about. Shout out to Neeks for having us again. Your energy. I see what's happening here. And next time we're going to come better prepared to make sure the conversation is one that everybody could really connect to and connect on. I feel like this was really for us to vibe out, enjoy the bush tea and talk our talk, you know. But
man, ain't it though?
Appreciate you.
Ain't it though? I gotta agree.
And now for all the listeners right now, like I said, in our generation, your voice matters.
Absolutely.
Your voice.
Your voice does matter. And I'm glad you said that, you know, because Tristal here in the comments, she's saying, I too shy to call. But Tristal, your voice matters though. Hello, my love. You gotta break free from that. You know, we gotta step up in the spaces that, you know, are calling for our attention now. And not just when you got 2 free tickets to get, but so if you too shy to step up with 2 free tickets, imagine really stepping up in your community for what is right. We gotta get bold and brazen because listen, Queen Mary ain't playing that, you know. And that's why I had to ring this bell every day. Yes, it'll be loud, but I had to ring it proud because at the end of the day, you gotta feel something.
Right.
You have to.
Right.
And when better other than in the morning, it gets the people going. It is that. Hey, I love it. Yeah. And hey,
wow.
It is that. It gets the people going. And that's what it really takes. If you have it in you to influence others to feel something, you're going in the right direction. And I wasn't always confident to want to be that person.
Right.
But when I started putting down what it is people could possibly be thinking, saying, or feeling about me, and just being true to what God himself created me to be, then it got easier and easier for me to show up as myself.
That's real.
You know, so I encourage others to do the same, even when it goes against the grain, or it might make people look at you adversely, because feelings change, you know. Feelings change, mindsets change.
Yes.
I remember years ago, there were a lot of things that we weren't accepting too, right? Even in the dating pool. Because back in the early 90s, early 2000s and stuff, there's certain things that are going on in dating right now that they would have been like, what? You don't do that? And now
Can't see down on the face.
Oh, Lord! They say,
That's crazy.
They say, Rasta man don't yam.
That's real.
That is crazy.
Real.
Andre, that is crazy. Now you hear that kind of thing. People spitting each other mouth and things like, Lord.
Reggie make a song like that.
Imagine talking to yourself back in the early 2000s and be like, dude, like having a conversation with say you have no idea what's gonna be sitting over here. It's like, man, blow your mind. You watch each other and be like, never that. And now never is like never turned into forever.
Never is norm. Never is norm.
Never turn into forever that easy and that quick. And that's to show you feelings change like that. Okay, and we are always an adaptable species and adaptable people, and as such we have to be willing to adapt that as truth in order for us to adapt the things necessary for the change in the positive direction. Because change going to come in,
regardless.
It's just what kind is going to come based on where your mind is at. So collectively, we got to do better. And we're seeing that happening. Thank you, because every time I see young people stepping up in spaces to do for community, and it doesn't make it easy, right? A lot comes with the territory. So I always encourage you to continue despite, you know, the challenges and all the things that you might face. Thank you for having that Queen Mary spirit and going against the grain to do what is necessary to propel us forward. You are the true spirit of who we are as Virgin Islanders.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So we still got 2 tickets given away, guys, but thank you guys for being here on the show with me.
Thank you so much, Neeks.
Absolutely.
I got so much.
Man.
Thank you so much.
Oh, man, for sure. So definitely, guys, until next time. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, ringtone. Hey, 10 o'clock in the morning. Hey,
that's your tune.
Big tune. I want to hear this ringtone right now so I can get with these last tickets. Hey, ring my phone, 715-7948. What is the tagline for 101.3 Roe FM? Tristal attacking to you. She says she's listening from all the way in St. Thomas. Lord. These waters are separate we too much, you know. We need a bridge. So Tristal could come to the all-white cancer bashment. Yes. Who's calling my phone? Are you calling my phone? 715-7948. Ringtone. This has been yet another awesome rendition of Bush Tea in the Morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being an awesome listening audience. Always participating, even down into the comments, on the live. You know, all of you that listen on the TuneIn app as well, too. Y'all are real MVPs, man. I have no complaints. Okay, Pumpa. Congratulations, the West Side done win one set of tickets so far. Who else is going to be attending this cancer bashment? Ring. Ring. Hey. Who? And guys, we got Angela Yee coming up next right here on 101.3 Roe FM WEVI. (715-7948). If not, well, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I get into jobby. Ringtone is the all-white cancer bashment. We got DJ Genius, Mr. Energy, DJ Chubby, Party Genius, Star General, DJ Terrorist, DJ Carl, and Electa Cool, alongside DJ Aniello. Oh yes, it goes down at the farm, and tickets are sold at the farm and Strictly the Best. All right, tickets are $25. It's 40 at the door. 407-361-1168. That's the number to call. That's the number to call. That's if you want information for VIP. But if you want to win these tickets right now, 715-7948. 715-7948. And you need to have that number saved in your phone, because it's giveaway season coming up, especially at the beginning of the school year, you know? Shout out Tristal Parkins. And everybody that's tuning in on the Facebook Live. Y'all are real MVPs, man. But guys, we're going to wrap up because Angela Yee is just not getting on to the station right now. So we got the Yee Tea coming up next. Thank you guys. Shout out Big Ro over there in Tatola. She getting an award today at the Posh. The Posh Awards taking place today and tomorrow. Shout out. Until next time, guys, be safe. Oh, wait, hold on. Carla. Carla, you're on the air. Carla, you're on the air. Lord. All right, guys, I am out. All right, keep it locked right here. It's 101.3 Roe FM WEVI. All right, we're gonna do this again next time. So shout out to you guys. Have a blessed one. Stay safe, and as always, treat each other well. I'll see you later.
I turn an angel to a sinner, Lord, no.